The history of Yesken Bay. Yesken Bay was established by the missionary Edmund Fairchild and his wife Eloise in the year 0 of Ithanor's calendar, following the Great Plague of the world. After a treacherous journey across the seas, Edmund and his followers found themselves on the shores of a fertile plain surrounded by a massive lake. Believing the land to be a gift from the Lightbringer, God himself, Edmund declared it a holy sanctuary and named the settlement Yesken after Saint Yesken, a figure of the Holy Church in the homeland. In the early days, the settlers worked together to build the foundation of the city. Farmlands flourished, and the settlers thrived under the Fairchild's guidance. Edmund also founded the Knights of Dawn, an order sworn to protect the city and uphold justice. Their name symbolized the hope and renewal brought by the light of the sun, a sacred symbol in their faith. The early centuries of Yesken's history were marked by prosperity. The Knights of Dawn, loyal to the crown and protectors of the people, ensured peace and fairness in the city. Farmers, tradesmen, and nobles coexisted in relative harmony, and the city's sea trade brought wealth from far-off lands. However, as the city grew wealthier, so too did greed take root. The church, led by the Sanctum of the Dawn, began demanding higher tithes, claiming that the city's success was owed to divine favor. Nobles and tradesmen, emboldened by their growing wealth, started exploiting the lower classes. By the mid-4th century, Yesken was a city divided. Under the reign of King Rain Fairchild, the once harmonious balance between the classes began to crumble. Rain, manipulated by the church, allowed the clergy to dictate policy, granting them unchecked power. The church's influence peaked during the Inquisition of the Dawn. Spearheaded by Archbishop Mathieu Castor, the Inquisition sought to purify the city of heretics. In practice, this meant silencing anyone who challenged the church's authority. Farmers and tradesmen who could not pay the church's tithes were labeled as heretics, leading to widespread exiles and executions. The Knights of Dawn, despite their loyalty to the crown, grew increasingly disillusioned with the church's tyranny. Their leader, Sir Calidric Vale, openly defied the church by sheltering those targeted by the Inquisition. This act of rebellion sparked a conflict between the knights and the clergy. In the 7th generation, a catastrophic drought led to widespread famine. The Fairchild monarch at the time, Queen Alara Fairchild, opened the royal granaries to feed the starving populace, earning the lasting loyalty of the farmers. Being accused of heresy by the church, the city's skilled stonemasons were exiled. Their departure left Yesken without its finest craftsmen for decades, stalling construction projects and weakening the city's defenses. Adding to Runa's construction, today, Yesken is a city of contrasts. The outer districts are home to poor farmers and laborers who toil under harsh conditions. These families live simple lives, rising early to tend their fields and gathering in the evenings to share what little they have. Despite their hardships, they hold on to the hope that the Knights of Dawn will restore justice. The tradesmen dominate the bustling markets at the city's heart. Though they present themselves as honest merchants, many are tied to monopolies and exploitative practices. Bribery and backroom deals ensure their continued dominance, while the poor remain at their mercy. The Knights of Dawn, though diminished in number, continue to serve as a beacon of hope. They work to protect the innocent and expose corruption, all while remaining loyal to the crown. Their symbol, a rising sun over crossed swords, is a reminder of the city's founding ideals.